Hello, welcome back to Saradivinelyyou on YouTube. Thanks so much for those of you who have watched the tarot videos. That was sort of an out of left field, like, let me just try this sort of thing. I had no plans on doing that until Sunday. So there might be more of those because I had fun and I might get a different deck. I'll be honest, I am not so much into tarot as I am like divination, oracles. However, I feel like there's room for it to be like a weekly oracle, but it's also like, and you'll see in the description box below this video, I'm going to put names. I really love the idea of giving you wisdom and giving you support, giving you guidance. I also want you to, like, if you feel like something dug up some shit, like, oh shit, what the fuck did that bitch just say? Like, I want you to be able to access resources. Like, I'm a former life coach, I'm a Reiki practitioner, and I've worked with a variety of coaches. I've studied a variety of astrologers and spiritual people. And because of what we're currently experiencing in the world, like, we're all shifting, changing, growing, and it's sort of rapid and it's happening and it's unfolding and all of these things. And one thing I feel like a lot of, and this is not a criticism to the spiritual people and astrologers that I watch daily, I love you all, don't even go there. But one of the things that they miss is they trigger the fuck out of you, but then they don't send you or give you like a, they just sort of go, just go get help. Okay, yeah, and let me just be the person to provide you with a list of people who I've worked with, who I've studied, or whatever. So below, I'm not gonna link anybody because I feel like however you find these people is kind of on you and naturally, because some of them are on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. So I could be like, go to Instagram, but I also have a lot of people who don't use Instagram. And vice versa, right? Like, people don't use Facebook, people don't, so anyway, names are below. There's coaches, Abigail Gazda with Hearts Unleashed. There's Trisha Blohm, who does hypnosis and Reiki. Shakti Rios, who does human design. Miranda Mitchell does human design. A slew of astrologers, David Palmer, Bryan, Scarborough, Molly McCord, all of the things. Deborah Silverman. Deborah Silverman's great. But I listed all these people below. I'm not going to link them anymore because I feel like that's almost a disservice to you, because however you find them is naturally how you're meant to find them, right? I found them all my way. Some of them I went through coaches training with, some of them I found through various, like, follow this astrologer, then that astrologer comes up sort of thing, that kind of thing. So, but what's important, I feel like, in what I want to sort of ease into is as a guide, and you know, not just showing you cards, but also like, shit's gonna come up because that's the space that we are currently in. Like, it's unavoidable for shit to not come up and be healed right now. And go get that support to be healed. Go get it. Really, I've been in a hardcore amount of coaching for the last probably, well, since 2017 for sure. But even before that, I've been in coaching community since 2010. And as I move more into spirituality and astrology and human design, and the more I learn about myself, the more it's like easier to accept that this is who I am and accept the role to step into, whether it's tarot, oracle, guide, like spirit guide, whatever. Like, it's so that's why I just encourage you and I empower you to seek out these people. Go get their knowledge, go get their support, their love. Like, I wouldn't send you to somebody I didn't think wouldn't love you and support you through whatever. And if these people can listen to some of my alien, Aquarius, Scorpio, roller coaster emotional shit, like I wouldn't put them down there. But I feel like I come with a lot. I've healed a lot. I've done a lot. I've healed so many wounds and still working through some shit. So anyway, that's that. So look below in the description box. You will find a list of people. Go search them out. and let them help you, support you. Or if maybe you have your own coach or your own psychotherapist or your whatever that you use to support you, like take whatever triggers you or like energetically just pops up, like, ugh, go work through it. Go work through it. I really just, that's what I want to be, is that person who encourages you to like, I'm going to present you with something you may not like to hear, and go work through it. Love you. Okay. We got, ooh, this is kind of a good one. Okay, I'm probably say that every day. And if you want more of those tarot readings, or if you even want a one-on-one tarot reading, email me. I'll give you a tarot reading, or an oracle reading, or guidance reading. I can empathically pick up stuff about people, intuitively, and tell you what that is. And then I'm going to send you off to a coach. So, all right. So Ajo, there we go, is the card of increase. So, she protected the crops. She she was petitioned to like support the fertility of the crops, which is really interesting in this time where we're talking about food shortages. Like maybe we need Ajo to come in and support us in expanding the crops and increasing the crops, increasing our food. The other thing that I picked up when I was reading the blurb on this card is self-celebration, celebrating your growth, being proud of yourself for your growth. I, for one, I think we all struggle with that, like acknowledgement, being acknowledged for how far you've come in your growth journey, at your self-discovery journey. Maybe you don't see it, but it's okay to look at yourself and be like, damn, like I'm so self-aware right now. Like I see this path I'm about to go down, and I don't want to go down that path. So I'm going to use some tools I've learned from this astrologer, this spiritual teacher, this coach, this whomever, and I'm going to work through it. I'm going to work through it. So there's self-celebration. There's it feels very Jupiterian, which is kind of weird because it's Tuesday. It's like Mars Day. I was like, maybe I should have listened to somebody's astrology before hopping on here to find out what Jupiter's up to today. But this card felt very Jupiterian because expansion, increase. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, and expansion. So, but also Jupiter is also it's kind of like Jupiter doesn't just bring about, it's not an automatic, it's almost like the reward at the end of a Jupiter transit, right? Is the expansion or the abundance piece. Like it doesn't just come with Jupiter. So there's that. But I just thought the self-celebration part, like I was talking with a friend who's like been, working through some treatment, and, noticed that like they're not falling completely off of the rails. And I'm like, congratulations, that's such a huge accomplishment. Like you didn't fall completely off of your game, like you stayed in it and all these things. And I think sometimes we forget that it's okay to celebrate even the littlest. I myself do this. I get called out all the time by friends, like, you know what, you're doing so good. And so I think that that's really important. This also talks about relationships and fertility in relationships. Oh my God, relationships keeps coming up. It's going to keep coming up because who you are in relationships with, friends. I'm not just talking about romance. That's a part of it, because if you're with the wrong partner, and I've been in an abusive relationship, y'all, trust me when I tell you, if you are not happy, get single. It's not worth being unhappy just to be with someone. And I see people do that shit all the time. But it's relationships with friends. Like, who can you no longer just be with? I have had to make some really big decisions about friendships in the last year, because I just cannot anymore. I cannot subject myself to their lack of ability to honor and accept my emotional self, right? Like it's okay to make these decisions, to just distance yourself. Like I can't be around this person anymore. I can't. So relationships are going to keep coming up. It is not, this has been coming up for the last 2 years. It's going to keep coming up. That's why a lot of this has occurred for humanity, is to disrupt your world, because we were so stuck in the humdrum adrenaline rush of go, 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 and obligatory. Well, I have to see that person because they're my friend and I've known them for so long. Well, you ain't got to do shit if it don't make you feel good. So, that was the other thing that was on here, was something about feeling good. And I feel like so many of us have been feeling like shit and feeling scarce for so, like, all of our lives, basically, that we don't even have the capacity or the self permission to feel joy. And I remember that when I first got to Arizona, like, I would have nightmares, and it was like I couldn't accept that I could be as happy as I was feeling. Like, I couldn't accept that I was thriving, because I've never thrived before. I would always like have a crash, and I wasn't crashing, and there's something wrong with this, and there's nothing wrong with it. You get to be happy. Life gets to be good. Abigail Gazda says it all the time. Life gets to be good. Is it all sunshine, rainbows, and all of those things? No, it is not. But it gets to be good. You get to experience good, abundance, joy, and happiness. It's your brain, your human brain, that's like, no, that's not right. We're supposed to feel like shit. You're not supposed to feel like shit. Newsflash. You get to have joy. You get to have happiness. All right. Okay. So that's all I got for today. This was such a good card. This was a big card. I loved it. If you have recommendations for Oracle decks, I was kind of doing a little Amazon shopping today. I saw one of my astrologers using a card deck that I may have to buy, because I kind of went out of my way to go to see him do a different reading with that card deck. I'm like, I might have to go buy that deck. But if you have recommendations for card decks, I would appreciate it. I do have a tarot deck, like a legit cups, pentacles. What else are they? I don't remember. See, I don't even know the whatevers. I have the angel deck, and I love that one because it's elements. I relate to it more. But I have a legit tarot deck. I don't like it. I tried to look through it last night, and it doesn't vibe with me. I think that it's more for me. It's oracle, feminine wisdom, and all of that. And then, give you the sources to go see coaches and astrologers and all that. The more you can learn about your astrology chart, the more you can learn about your human design, how you operate in this world, how you are divinely, uniquely created and put on this earth to be, the freer you're gonna fucking feel. Okay, there you go. All right. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.